So this is an amazing question. I appreciate being asked so that I can answer because man, sometimes it's tired. Well, it's always tiring. How many hours per day per week do you work? And is it balanced all the time? Wow, I'll tell you that I don't even keep track of how many hours a day I put in. I have a 9 to 5 and I have a 5 to 9. Those are not the hours I work, but I'm just saying because I've got the 9 to 5 that pays the bills and takes care of my family. I got two kids, both teenagers. I have, especially this last year, had to wake up a lot earlier on a more consistent basis. So I wake up generally at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I do my own thing, my dream chasing until 9. That's 5 hours. And at 9, I start my 9 to 5. Now, I work remotely, I work from home, so this is a little bit easier now to be able to do these kinds of hours than it was before because working out of a cubicle for so many years, just not efficient, not efficient. Wasted so much time with cooler chat, going out on lunches and all kinds of breaks with coworkers who never really wanted to work, and so I'd bring work home anyways. That's not the question you're asking. So, but yeah, so it's a little more efficient now. But from 9 to 5, I dedicate my time to my 9 to 5, and then from 5 to about 8 o'clock or so, I go at it again. That's weekdays. I try to go to bed at 8 and wake up at 4, so I get my 8 hours in. On weekends, I try to do the same thing. I do give myself on Friday evenings a little cheat time because, dude, it's annoying as hell to go to bed at 8 o'clock every single day and wake up at 4. So on Fridays, I tend to go overboard with a little Netflixing, a little wine drinking, a little hanging out with the wife, and just staying up late and just saying, F it. But then I kind of pay for it on Saturdays, and I wake up late, and it's hard to reset myself to get back to waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning and going to bed at 8 p.m. the following day, which I still strive for because otherwise the week becomes very difficult to manage. Do I work late nights? I've done a lot of that in the past, but balance as I get older has become more and more important. So what I really have done is forced myself to be balanced because when I too many times have burnt the candle at both ends, as the phrase goes, it feels great for a moment and I get a lot done for a moment, but then it all unravels and I either get sick or I just have to catch up with sleep or whatever it is. And the efficiency that I felt I was getting by doing more and more and more and being a night owl don't work for me. Don't work for me. In the long run, it ends up being less efficient. So balance is super important. Having kids, as I mentioned, and a wife, it becomes too, for me, uncomfortable to go all at it week after week after week as if I was a bachelor. It feels selfish. Yes, I'm providing for them. Yes, I'm working my 9 to 5 already, and I'm doing things that are selfless in that sense. But being available emotionally and there for my family is part of the game too. And when I don't get that, it's not that they feel I'm being selfish. It's that I feel I'm being selfish, and I actually start to suffer from that, which is kind of weird because you might think, well, I'm just taking time away from them and giving more to me. I'm actually giving myself less by doing more for me, if that makes sense. And it really does affect my ability to interact with them and with my friends. So I try to keep balance with my family life. Now, that being said, sacrificing social aspects outside of my family, this is where the game definitely becomes more in my favor. Man, if I'm going to meet with you as a friend, it has to be on the books. It has to be scheduled. It has to be accounted for. It's disgusting. I hate that, but it's necessary. Very necessary for now. I hope and I expect that it won't be needed indefinitely. It's the sacrifice up front to get to where I'm trying to get myself and my family to. So, yeah, it's totally worth it. that's as honest as I can be right now, just because you're probably getting bored of listening to this. But thank you for the question. It's a constant reevaluation of priorities. Sometimes we spend a lot of time on things thinking that they're going to get us to a certain place, and then we realize that we've sacrificed social time and family time for something that really didn't advance the needle much. So consistently asking ourselves every night, what is really going to get me to the next level tomorrow? Let me focus on only that. And I'll share another tidbit. I stopped having an electronic to-do list of things because it was a game. It was just gamifying being busy all the time. Just, ooh, another checkbox. Ooh, another checkbox. I checked it off. Now I use paper. And what this does for me is at the end of every day, I think wholeheartedly about, like I said earlier, what are the things that will get me to the next level tomorrow? What are the things I should be focusing on for just tomorrow? And then write those down in the order in which I think they would most efficiently be completed tomorrow. Write that down on a piece of paper and follow that to the T the next morning. That's it. One day at a time. Be thankful you even have today. Peace.